All right, Mike, we're going to go way back to your NCAA tournament March Madness experience. What do you remember most about playing in the NCAA tournament?
It's the best time of the year. I mean, when you go through a grueling season and you have to deal with the Big Ten and then you get that opportunity to play in the tournament, it's big time. And it don't always fare well for you. I mean, only one team can slip through the cracks and win it all. And unfortunately, I wasn't that team. But just to get in there and compete, because it's like NBA playoffs. I mean, the stakes are higher and the competition is at its best, man, and that's what you want.
You played and now coach at a school that really values the NCAA tournament, college basketball. How much have you seen the tournament change from a player to being a coach?
Well, you have more teams, naturally. But it hasn't changed much. I mean, the fan base around NCAA March Madness is just crazy. You know, everybody is rushing to cheer for their team, and they're packing probably more people in stadiums than ever before because they got these monstrosity stadiums now, and so that makes it unique. But it hasn't changed a whole lot from a fan base. I mean, when you put up on the ticker March Madness, that's what it is. Everybody's gun-ho about it, you know, and that's how it should be.
How often when you are in the arena, not the practice court, but the arena, how often have you used those championship banners as motivation or something to point up to for your current teams?
Every day. Every day that we practice, I'm pointing to Big Ten titles and national titles, because that's what my mentor did, Bob Knight. He put them there, and if you're in it for anything else, then I'd say go to a different school, because you know my clock's ticking, and I'm in it for a couple things: winning a Big Ten title and a national title. So that's what I'm pushing. You know, our players each and every day we step out on the floor and it's there staring us. It is, you know, them banners are not going anywhere. So it's kind of nice to see.
We're getting further away from the Bob Knight era and his greatness as a coach. So the players may not relate to it as much. What do you try to convey to them about what Bob Knight was like as a coach and what he was able to teach you?
I'm a living witness to Bob Knight. You know, I try to do things a little bit differently than he coached me and the things he taught me on and off the floor. But the values still are the same. And I've turned out just fine. And if I could just give some of that back to the players that I coach on and off the floor, hopefully the success rate would be extremely high, because, I mean, that's what it's all about. You think about all the turmoil and all the things that are going on around the world, man. I mean, these players, they need more stable things around them that won't trip them up and get them sideways doing things that they shouldn't do. So that's what I'm about, man. Let's go to school, let's get an education. If you're fortunate enough to be a one and done, two and done, or make it to the league, God bless you. But if not, you're well grounded and you can move on and do something else in your life.
You mentioned those values that he taught. What are they?
Well, I mean, just how to treat people, man. I mean, you think, like I said, we don't get along with people, man. I mean, and that's so sad. I mean, it's just so much craziness, man, around us, and racism, and I mean, all kind of shit that it makes you sick at the stomach. And, you know, Knight wasn't that way, you know, I mean, you know, my parents wasn't that way. My sisters and brothers weren't that way, man. And I got nothing but love for people, man, and I just want the right things for the players that I coach, man, because it'll take you a long way, I think.
You mentioned that your ultimate goal obviously is championships, Big Ten, NCAA. But in your first couple of years, you did get this program to the NCAA tournament, and there had been a mini drought. So what did that mean to you?
No, it means a great deal. I mean, you never know, when you take a job, it's a lot of work, man. And, this program is built on Indiana, the base, the fans. They always want more, man, and it's okay. That's how it should be. And, me coming in as the head coach, man, I knew that right from the jump. And can't run from it. I'm not looking to run from it. It's what it is, man. And I'm just trying to get us back where we need to be, on top, and I don't know when it's going to happen, man, but boy, I swear I'm going to put my best foot forward to keep pushing to see if we can get there.
I think about coaches in this country, in this sport, and you probably are wired the best to deal with this transfer portal, this transactional era that we're in. Because all your years in the NBA, you may have a player one day, he may be gone the next, he could be traded, the roster's changed so much. How much had that prepared you for this new era that we're in with the portal, with so much movement?
It's helped me because of the NBA. The 34 years of my life spent there, I've done that to a certain degree. And I've dealt with young players coming in. I built young teams. It took a while, but I was able to have some success, in the Atlanta Hawk days. But I don't think I have an advantage. I'm still new at this. I'm not a rookie anymore when it comes to the college game. Like my coaches called me when I first came in, I felt like, damn, I'm just starting all over again. But I don't know. It's a different world now with the NIL and the portal, and it's how quickly you can navigate it to be successful, with your ball club. I'm still learning, man. There's so many different rules in the college game versus, the NBA that, one slip, man, you can, go to the other way. So I'm constantly dealing with my coaches that have, been in the college game to help me navigate, some of this. But this portal thing is not going anywhere, and I truly believe the NIL somehow has got to be structured a little bit better. And how that is, I don't know.
I remember talking to Trace. One of the main reasons he came back was because he knew you could help him be more prepared for the NBA. Clearly, he was. Jalen Hood-Schifino clearly was after 1 year. What aspect of your coaching, your mentoring, your tutelage do you think has helped those players and will help players on this team and future teams be more ready for the NBA?
The NBA. I've spent 34 years of my life. That's all I know, man. My college days were behind me once I navigated my life through the NBA, man. And it's a long, you talking about over half my life has been spent in the NBA. That's all I know. So when I'm teaching basketball, I'm always touching and talking about the NBA and how I was able to build character guys in the NBA and teach them the NBA way. And so I would like to think that carryover can speed the process up for a lot of these young guys if they're willing to listen and learn and put forth the effort. If I got to go and teach effort, then you're playing for the wrong coach. That should be a given. I got to teach X's and O's and put you in position, to do the right things on the court. And it doesn't hurt if they're doing everything right off the court, because I'm a big component of that. You got to go to class and get an education, because this ain't guaranteed, man. It's not.